darling me.
I can read your thoughts right now. Everyone from A to Z.
Boom, boom, boom.
Our own Cody Poundcake Brown channeling the Queen of Funk, Chaka Khan, who will turn 70, by the way, towards the end of this month. And she's always a bridesmaid, never the bride, when it comes to being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They call her the Glenn Close of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Glenn Close, famously an actress who has never won an Oscar. And Chaka Khan has been nominated for induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about 7 or 8 times. I don't know how many for sure, but she was in, I think the last time she was in that class where the Foo Fighters got in. Was that last year before maybe?
Year before. That was 2021.
Was that the year? Oh, that was the year we went.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first year at the Romo Fijo. So Foo Fighters and the Go-Go's, Jay-Z was in, Tina Turner got in. But Chaka Khan had been passed over again. She's been nominated multiple times as a solo artist, 4 times with her old band. She's in a Chicago band called Rufus. And she, 7 times later, has not been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. In fact, she's second only to the band Chic. You know, Nile Rodgers and Chic. Freak Out. That was one of their big hits. Chaka Khan and Chic are the most nominated acts to be consistently rebuffed.
Why do you think she keeps getting, like, nominated but never
I don't
inducted?
know. I think because she's out there. I think part of it is I don't think she really cares.
I think she's still relevant, though. I think that's
Of course she is.
and that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of artists there that this is their last hurrah. This is mainly the last time they'll be mentioned in, like, mainstream media. Chaka Khan's not that person. She's still doing, like, interviews. I see her on, like, Watch What Happens Live every now and again. She's, like, at all the Grammy parties. She still is out there.
I think part of it, too, is that people don't realize that these amazing songs that other people do were Chaka Khan songs. You know, Whitney Houston, when she did I'm Every Woman, again, not as good as your version, to be sure. But when Whitney Houston did it, that was a massive hit. It was bigger for her than it was for Chaka Khan. So it's kind of like if you have a couple of big hits, but other people are bigger with them, right?
It kind of becomes their song.
Kinda, yeah.
So-
You're like overshadowed by other people because if other people can do one of your songs, like "Tell Me Something Good" or "I Feel for You,"
Kanye
or,
West
you know.
did
Hurt.
Through the Fire.
Well, he sampled "Through the Fire." Yeah.
Through the Fire and made it Through the Wire.
Anyway, I mentioned Chaka Khan because they interviewed her for LA Magazine, and it's just her dunking on everybody. I love it. She's like, I don't care, because you might recall we talked about it briefly at the very beginning of the year. Rolling Stone had dropped this list. Rolling Stone loves lists. And so I guess people love lists. Maybe there's something hardwired into our brain where we like things nice and ranked, you know? There's a finite number of things. There's a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end. It's a nice round number. And Rolling Stone had done the 200 greatest singers of all time. And they put her at number 29, which is that's not bad. That's good company when you're in the 20s. But when the person interviewing her for Los Angeles Magazine showed her the list, I don't even know if she was aware of the list, because I guess she's not somebody who pays attention to those things. This is the list, by the way, that completely snubbed Celine Dion, which immediately called into question what the hell they were doing over there. But Chaka Khan, for a long time, had fights with Mary J. Blige and some of her other contemporaries. She said that Mariah Carey getting the number 5 spot on Rolling Stone's list was probably payola, because for a long time, people assumed that Mariah Carey owes her entire career to being married to the head of a record company. But it's not like she can't sing. It's not, she can clearly sing. But Chaka Khan didn't think much of, and when they told her about Adele, she said, okay, I quit. I guess she doesn't think Adele's doing much either. The people over at Rolling Stone need hearing aids, is what she said. So I guess she doesn't, who knows? I think that if she were inducted, I'd love to see her get inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I think fans of hers might care more than she does. I don't think that she cares. but she did a song for one of those Charlie's Angels movies a few years ago. And, what are you going to do? But again, our own Cody Poundcake Brown has done his own version of her song, and I'd hate to think that just existing is what's keeping her out of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is right here in Cleveland, Ohio. Our own Cody Poundcake Brown is right here in Ohio. And so for me to be playing that song so close to the hallowed shores there, that maybe that is coincidence that's what's putting her out. I mean,
I got to induct her. That would be delightful.
That would be fun. Yeah. Again, I've never been very clear on. Some people will say that the Rock Hall picks who inducts, and other people say that the artists pick who induct them. It would seem to make more sense to let the artists pick who inducts them. I mean, but if enough of her contemporaries aren't around anymore, you might have something there. How about if I send off your version to her management?
I'd love that.
And then we'll see. Again, it's a moot point until she's actually up for induction rather than just nominated.
I feel like she would want to sue somebody over that.
How would you induct her? Do you have any idea of what you would say? I mean, of how you would...
I'd first walk out. Excuse me, not like
Are
that.
you all right? He's getting choked up just
No.
considering it.
Crowd's going wild. I'm walking out, and I say, Shaka Khan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, hello, everybody. My name's Cody Poundcake Brown, and I am a fan just like you. And crowd goes wild. And then I was like, this next artist is known for her flashy clothes, her sassy attitude, and her red auburn-ish hair.
Yeah, keep going.
With covers like with covers made from her song "I'm Every Woman," "Through the Fire," whatever other song you just named.
Whatever
Alan.
other through the song, yeah.
Yeah, whatever song you just named.
Yeah.
Everyone,
I Feel
please,
For You, her mid-'80s hit.
Get on your feet for the legendary Shaka Khan.
No, these induction speeches are like 20 minutes long.
Yeah, I don't have 20 minutes worth of
Well, I was going to
material.
say, they're way too long, but there's got to be a happy medium in between the 90 seconds you just gave her and 15 minutes.
I'll escort her out rather than give her an introduction. I'll hold like her dress or something.
Oh, you'll be like the handler that points Stevie Wonder in the direction he's supposed to walk.
Something like that, because she might not even want me to touch her because my palms are sweaty. She'll be like, "Oh, you disgusting." Like I feel like she would say something like that. "Oh, you're not about to touch me with your sweaty hands, are you?" I feel like she's one of those ladies that will say something like
That'd be like a stab in the heart, wouldn't it? If
It would.
if she admonished you for having sweaty palms.
She's like, "Oh my goodness, don't touch me."
Is that your Shaka Khan voice?
Yeah, I don't know exactly. How
Don't
she talks.
touch me.
Don't touch me. But I feel like
Is she like a dainty lady from the antebellum South or what?
I don't know, but all black women have that certain twang to them. Not necessarily a Southern twang, but everything they say could be taken as sassy or shade. And Shaka Khan has it. Dionne Warwick has it. Gladys Knight has it. They all have that certain twang. Like, excuse me? Like, I'm an elderly black woman, and you will treat me with some
Well,
respect.
she's 69 right now. She's going to be 70. I know that's elderly.
Wouldn't that be
And she's from
considered elderly?
Chicago. She's not like from Alabama, She'd have more like a kicking you in the balls type of vibe, maybe. You hear how she talks about Mary J. You don't want to get on her bad side.
Ain't nobody.
Right. Anyway, that whole bit. I got some food news here for you. They grabbed 2 Honduran nationals in Nebraska who had killed and were preparing to eat a bald eagle.
I'm glad we got to this one early in the show because I was trying to figure out what was going on with this one when you sent me the topics for today and couldn't figure it out. And then people in the chat are already like, what is going on with the trying to eat an eagle for lunch? So let's dig into this.
I know it was lunch, but I
Yeah.
thought that it sounded funny to me. So I see this, and I think it's just a couple of hunters who are like, hey, that's a bird. Let's do something with it. And it's 2 Honduran nationals. They needed an interpreter, and they were being charged with unlawful possession of an eagle. I guarantee you these guys, A, didn't know they had an eagle, B, didn't know it's a protected species, and C, had no idea that people would get so worked up about it. You know, the bald eagle being the symbol of this empire in decline. But Ramiro Hernandez.
Thank goodness they voted eagle instead of turkey. It was very close to being a turkey.
I thought that was apocryphal. Is that true? I thought that was like an American myth that Ben Franklin wanted the turkey to be the. Is that true? Great story.
I don't care if it's true or not. I love the story. I'm going to keep it going.
I like it. Big if true. Ramiro Hernandez Siquin and Domingo Zetino Hernandez, both 20-year-olds that they found out were Honduran nationals, had shot a bald eagle, and they were planning to cook it and eat it. So here you find a couple of guys. First off, they got all the way to Nebraska, and they're like, we're hungry. I don't know. Well, they shot the eagle. I don't know what they used for it, but I don't know how they got caught. Nebraska Games and Parks took the bird and confiscated the rifle. They took the firearm from them. Sorry, confiscated the rifle. Confiscated the rifle.
Confiscated.
The number of bald eagles has been in steady increase over the past few years for a long, long time because people were shooting them. Bald eagles had been in decline for the better part of the century, but they're starting because people are not shooting them anymore. So this is one of these stories that I don't see it getting a lot of traction, but it checks a lot of boxes that would make some people really, really upset.
Were they specifically targeting
fake patriots on social media? This is one of those stories I would think would just make their heads explode. Two immigrants were going to eat a bald eagle. It's like a cartoon if you were going to write it out.
And were they targeting bald eagle specifically, or were they just hungry?
I don't think they had any idea what they were doing. No, there's nothing to indicate that. But boy,
I don't think you're getting great meat off of an eagle.
See, I don't know anything about eagles other than they're always giving you the skunk eye. I don't care for that. I'll tell you what. I mean, if you want to infer that that they mean business, yeah, okay. But they always have a look.
Well, they
have this
better vision. Imagine, you know how when you see yourself in 4K, you're like, ugh, right?
Yeah.
You're like, imagine if you had eagle vision. You have an eagle eye, and you're looking at you. You'd give a skunk eye too. You'd be like, ugh.
But
people.
Do they have good vision? Do they have?
They have incredible vision.
How do we know that? Just because eagle eye is a saying?
Well, that's part of one thing I know about raptors, like birds of prey.
Okay.
They can spot. I don't know if it's up close that good, but from far away they can see, movement in a field from,
because they're looking for mice and things.
Yeah, from hundreds of yards up in the sky.
Huh. All right.
Or hundreds of feet at least.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. But these two guys,
you're like, ooh, look, it's gonna be dinner time, and then they get close and they go, oh no, it's just Alan. Ugh.
Well,
so that's why they're giving you that skunk eye.
Yeah, I got a little bit more meat on me these days than I would like, but I'm working on it. But
yeah, but you're not in there. You're not food to them, so that's why they're looking at you.
I don't know
they're
what's
looking
food.
at you.
I don't know what's food to them. I mean,
they're like rodents.
Yeah, okay. I don't think these guys knew what they had when they shot down this eagle. It was probably just sitting there, and they were like, hey, we're hungry. What about the artist Eagle Eye Cherry? Remember Eagle Eye Cherry? Had a big song called Save Tonight. He had a one-hit wonder. He had a sister named Nena Cherry who had a big hit in the 80s.
Catchy song.
He came along. Save Tonight. Still gets played on the radio. I don't know if MMS plays it, but you'll still hear it. Eagle Eye Cherry. I wonder if he had really good vision and if he could see his career ending as it was coming down the pipeline, or if he just assumed maybe that would be the case. Good song, though. Hey, Jim.
Alan, how you doing?
What's going on, Jim?
So I actually was arrested for killing and trying to eat a bald eagle myself.
Oh, good for you.
Are you from Honduras?
Are you a Honduran national, Jim?
I am not. I was hunting in Washington State, and I got lost in the woods, and I was starving. And I shot an eagle, and I started cooking it, and then a park ranger showed up and saw what I did, arrested me. I got to the judge, and I got to court, and I pled not guilty. And I explained to the judge, look, I was starving to death. And he said, okay, under those circumstances, we'll drop the charges. But I'm curious, what did it taste like? I said, kind of like a cross between whooping crane and spotted owl.
Oh, boy. Is that,
Thank you. You're on.
I'll tell you what, we don't get a lot of Audubon Society humor around here, Jim, so you'll appreciate if we're a little taken aback.
I understand it. I appreciate the closing music.
Thank you. Yeah, that's right. Get out of here, you eagle eaters. You got no... What?
America.
You got no place here.
What the hell, man? Dude, America first. America first. To all of you, let me explain one damn thing. America. Dude, you understand? America. My point is
America's first. Also, in food news, congratulations, America. KFC is bringing back the Double Down. Remember
Yeah.
I don't remember that. What's the double down?
This is where they replace the bun with chicken fillets.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love America. We will just find more. When you think we're too unhealthy, we top
There's
it.
no such thing as too unhealthy in this country. What are you
That's
talking
what I'm
about?
saying, but, like,
People are having limbs amputated because they're so unhealthy.
We outdo ourselves. Who know? We said buns. No, we're not gonna have. Forget a wrap. We're not gonna do wheat buns or whatever buns. No, pretzel buns.
I remember
chicken buns.
Well, because I was reading up, they said it's been gone for almost a decade. They test marketed this in 2010 in Omaha and Providence, Rhode Island, and they rolled them out. I distinctly remember having one of these because I'm like, well, I guess I should try one at a KFC in Chicago. And in my brain, I was like, this has to be 07, 08.
I didn't.
But they said it came out in 2010. So I'm like, I know I didn't finish it, but I'm like, I know I had one of these.
Okay, but there was a restaurant. If it wasn't KFC, it was another restaurant that had chicken buns. It was not that long ago because I had one. I remember this. So
Well,
what?
I mean,
Other
2010.
people probably ripped them off
Yeah.
or you took that idea.
There was another restaurant that had it, that had chickens for buns. Maybe it was like McDonald's or another restaurant because I remember having it. And it wasn't 2010. This wasn't that long ago.
The Double Down will be back this coming Monday for only a month. Now, the KFC closest to me just shut down. Nobody ever went there anymore. They're going to turn it into a Dunkin' Donuts. But the Double Down, for those of you who've never had it, instead of a bun, it is the extra crispy chicken fillets, and in the middle, cheese, bacon, mayo. And even I will tell you, and you know how I am about food, I will tell you, it's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Popeyes chicken sandwich that people were stabbing each other. That was a stab-worthy sandwich. The Double Down, just to say you had one, you go, all right, I'll try it. I mean, it's a mess to eat. It's an utter disaster.
Yeah, it's not
to
really
try.
like eating your car food.
No. But it's coming back.
You animals eating in your car.
And the timing couldn't be better because I was reading about how
It's back Monday?
It's back Monday for 1 month, March 6th, which is this coming Monday, and it'll be back for 1 month. I was reading this morning that the Bishop of the Archdiocese of Cleveland said, hey, Catholics, tell you what, you got to pass on St. Patty's Day. You can go ahead and eat meat. And all these rules are made up anyway, so they can change them whenever they want.
Also, they count fish as not meat. So,
Well,
I think that's
because
strange.
Wait, Catholics aren't allowed to eat meat?
not on Friday during Lent. Well, technically, by the way, on Fridays in Lent, you're not even supposed to have sex. They don't want you having any meat. You're not supposed to have sex. You're supposed to... This is what we learned growing up when I grew up Catholic, right? Is that abstinence from meat on Fridays is done because of Jesus sacrificed his flesh for humanity. So the fish thing is only warm-blooded animals are off limits. So you can have fish because it's a cold-blooded animal. So the church doesn't consider fish a meat. Or, quite frankly...
Could you eat a lizard?
Yeah. You can enjoy all the frog's legs and hummingbird nuggets you want.
By the way...
Just warm-blooded animals are off limits, but the bishop goes, hey, Have a St. Patty's Day. Make it a hamburger patty this year. Go ahead. Do whatever you want on St. Patty's Day because it's on a Friday.
I remembered what restaurant had the chicken patties. It was Taco Bell.
But it wasn't a patty. They had like the chicken
shell.
chicken shell.
I know,
yeah.
but I remember because it was like a big thing, and they brought some here to the station.
Those were good. I like them.
Yeah, it was. They brought it around like 2016, 2017, because I remember I had one, and I was like videoing myself, recording myself eating it. But yeah,
Recording yourself eating
it was
it.
good. Yeah, so
You can eat, according to the Archbishop of Cleveland, if you're a Catholic and you observe Lent, you can eat meat on St. Patty's. I mean, the filet of fish was created in Cincinnati. There was a McDonald's franchisee in Cincinnati whose hamburger sales were non-existent. He was like in, I guess his location or whatever was in like this old Catholic neighborhood in Cincinnati. He's like, nobody's buying these goddamn hamburgers. Some guy in Cincinnati invented the filet of fish. And so go forward and do likewise, whatever. We will be around the corner from here at the Clevelander on St. Patty's Day. And will we be eating meat?
I'll be having some corned beef.
Hells to the yes, we will.
Gotta have some corned beef.
That's right.
And I had a filet of fish a couple weeks ago, and man,
Why the cheese?
Again,
Why the cheese?
The cheese doesn't need to be there, and also there's something missing. They used to be better, and I hate to be the guy like, oh, back of the day, but they don't hit the way they used to.
You mean it hits different?
It hits
That's what the kids say.
different.
If I go through McDonald's, I will get a filet of fish. But I don't understand the cheese. It seems out of place. Cheese on a fish sandwich. But tell your local franchisee there's your food news. I've got to take a break. If you want to get a text for something, 35192 to get me there. AlanCoxShow.com to watch. And wherever you are, you can use that iHeartRadio app to listen.
Rover's Morning Glory.